We came up just like y'all. The struggle, the gutter, some of us silver spoons in suburbs. But don't get it twisted. We ain't the same. Crime is life. Now Eli wakes up the next day, still sticking to his daily routine before breakfast. Guard comes in, calls his name for a visit, and he already know who it is. Tio. He's the only one who's been visiting him since he's been here. He's walking up to the glass. He see Tio draped up, flashy blazer on, ripped jeans, white flays on. Okay, I see you, homeboy. Complimenting his boy on how good he looked today. They sit down for as long as they want, talking through the glass after Tio then slid the guard a $100 bill.
Hey, bro, you heard of OnlyFans?
Nah, bro, the hell is that?
Don't even worry about it. Look, just know I found the lane that me and you can win in.
Man, what you scheming up now, man?
No scheme, bro, no scheme. It's pretty much legit. Aside from a few house calls, everything on the books for real.
Man, you know I'm with whatever. You talk to my grandma like I asked you?
I tried, bro. But the lady don't trust nobody. Like nobody. She only wants to talk to you.
Man, I don't get it, bro. Why you think she never came and got me when the shit went down? When I was a baby, you feel me?
Man, who knows, bro? But I can definitely tell it's real love there. I sent you a letter with the address and her number, so that should be getting to you in a minute.
That's a bet. Always coming through in the clutch.
Man, you ain't even gotta ask, bro. But look, I know you ain't got your little jank wet yet, but you know what you think about what I said, bro? A lot of girls, a lot of money, a lot of girls.
Man, your ass need to wear a rub all that you doing.
Shit, I'm on my second clinic visit right now. What you talking about?
After laughing and catching up on everything going on the outside, they finish up their convo and Eli go back to his cell. And as soon as he get there, he can see 4 other boys waiting for him inside his room. Now he already know what time it is. He don't ask no questions. He don't flinch. He don't talk. He throw hands. After a while of getting the best of all 4 of these dudes, they finally take him down. And after stumping him out, he can hear one of them saying before he leave out the room,
"That's for Joe, ass nigga."
That was for Joe.
Remembering Joe is the boy he laid out a day before. He picked himself up, gathering his things together, and he about to make his way onto the shower like nothing even happened. Walking past the same guys who just beat him down, snickering and laughing, he knows in the back of his mind what he's gonna do to these dudes. Before he can actually get into the shower, a guy walks past him and places a heavy, dirty sock into his hand and walks off. Looking back, trying to see who it is, all he can see is the back and the head of the guy who just gave it to him, walking towards the guys who just beat him down. And it clicked. He put 2 and 2 together without him having to tell him. He dropped everything, made his way right behind him. The guy throws the first and he follows up with the sock. After the first go around, he see blood on impact, and immediately he goes into a flashback to when he had Miss Carter on that living room floor. And before he knew it, the guy who passed him the sock was pulling him off of the guys. Eli just blacked out. The first time him noticing he did this.
Go to my room, bro. Change your shirt. It's on the bed.
Coming out of his daze, he hesitated for a minute, not even remembering the last 10 seconds of the fight. He ran to the guy's room to change his shirt.
Hey, bro, you go straight up to your room. You act like ain't shit happened, alright? Hey, Lano.
And before Eli can turn and tell him his name,
Yeah, I know. Eli, bro. Go ahead.
running back to his room, laying down, he can hear all the commotion going on between the guards and the other boys. Taking people out, calling codes. He pokes his head up for a minute and he can see Lano down at the bottom of the tier with his shirt on. Noticing he just took the rap for him. Not knowing the reason why, but he was still grateful and planned to pay the favor back whenever he could. Now Lano, he was in solitary for a full 90 days before he was released back to the pod. On his way out, he could see Eli at a visit with Tio, giving him a nod while he was passing by through the hallway. Tio looked at Eli.
Who that, bro?
Oh yeah, that's old boy that ran down on them dudes with me, man.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, homie, a real one, man. Keep him close.
That's a fact. Leaving the visit, he goes straight to Lano's room, greeting him with appreciation. But he also asked him why.
Man, I just hate seeing these old scary, weak ass niggas frontin' they move, man. You don't bother nobody. You stay to yourself. You stick to your own. You stand on your toes. And I can respect that. Where you from, Richmond?
Yeah, Southside.
Yeah, me too, man. 34th, McGran, born and raised, bro.
They kicked back for a few hours talking about their upbringing, which was totally different from one another. But they clicked tight like it was all the same. Lano asked Eli what was he in for, telling him he heard that he had juvie life. And you don't get that for no small shit. Eli not really wanting to talk about it, he asked him the same question right back at him.
Drug possession.
That's it? What kind of drug, bro?
Shit. Every kind, bro.
And now I want to take y'all back on how Leno ended up here with Eli. In the late great years of the 90s, 1999 to be exact, a guy named Leno was born. Moving to Richmond, VA right after the birth, Leno's parents, John and Carla, thought that Virginia, which was John's hometown, would be a safer place to raise a child than the Windy City, Chicago, who at the time recorded over 600 murders that year, which is a big difference compared to the less than 200 murders in Richmond. They landed in a subtle neighborhood full of working class black folk on the south side of town, and by now the white flight has already passed decades ago. So being around a bunch of thriving black families was just the icing on the cake for them. Leno's dad was a construction worker, at the same time going to school to eventually become an architect. Now his mom, Carla, she was into real estate. She had just kick-started on her own before the birth as her first official year as an agent. But mama, she had a hustler spirit. 6 months to a year, she was bringing in 4 to 5 figure checks. So needless to say, Leno's life started out like every child's life should start out. Damn near perfect. But not all of us can have it all, right? Then by the age 5, Leno's parents caught on to how smart he was. Not that he could speak several languages or he could read a full novel, but more so good at figuring things out, learning things after the first try. Carla gave him a quote to live by every single day before school.
Always ask why, even if you think you already know.
Not completely understanding it the first time around, but like expected, it didn't take long for him to get it. But as much as his parents embraced his ambition and his drive, they could only spend so much time with him. After sending him off to school, they wouldn't see him again until after 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And this was every single day. He also had an uncle named Snoop, the little brother of his father, being a street guy his entire life, but he was actually super successful at it. During the day while his parents were at work, Uncle Snoop would be the one to come over and watch him every single day. And because his Uncle Snoop was still heavily involved in the street, he was almost always on his phone, taking a call, texting somebody back, sending somebody directions, setting up plays, meeting people down the street. But because of the position he was in, he had enough people on the street to do a lot of things for him. And as Leno got older, he would become attached to Uncle Snoop and start learning things that his parents would otherwise look down upon. By the age of 10, Leno would start branching out in his neighborhood, falling in with a group of guys who were mostly knuckleheads, but harmless overall. He had an older Hispanic friend named Chico. Another day at Chico's house, his friend brings out a black box with a bunch of baggies inside. And the first thing Leno asks,
why the hell you got grass and bags, bro?
And this would be Leno's first introduction to marijuana. All his friends laughing at him for being green, as if at the age of 10 years old, you should know what weed is. He picks up one of the baggies and he does what he always does when he doesn't know something.
What you do with it? Why it smell like that? Is this yours or your parents?
Damn, Officer Leno, you wanna frisk me too?
His friends laughing even louder at the joke. He waves them off as they took out the bag. He sat in silence and just watched as they broke down the buds. Looking like a pile of dried collard greens, he asked,
what the hell they gonna do with it? Smoking?
And his thinking was correct. His friend Chico broke out a piece of white paper, putting all of it inside, licking it as he rolled it up.
Want a hit?
Leno looked at Chico with a definite no face, turning his friends down as expected. He started to play the Nintendo 64 as his friends got louder, started acting different as the minutes went on. He checked the clock on the wall and saw that it was 10 minutes before 8 o'clock.
Shit, I gotta go, y'all. I'ma holler at y'all later.
Knowing that one of the main rules to the house, you gotta be in before dark. So he ran out the door, running across the street. He could see his dad's car already in the parking lot as his mom is pulling up at the same time.
It was almost late, I see.
Yelling to Leno through the passenger side window with a smile. Before he can get his hands on the handle of the screen door, his mom called her back to the car to come pick up some of these groceries. He ran over to the open door to the back seat to pick up as much bags as he could, struggling up the porch steps. When he passed his mom, she stopped in her tracks, thinking to herself,
I know I'm not crazy.
She waited until they got into the house, went into the kitchen to put the bags down, and when Leno went out to try to get more bags, all he felt was his shirt being yanked by the back of his collar.
Why in God's name do you smell like some goddamn weed in my house?
Before Leno can give an answer, Uncle Snoop comes walking out the bathroom, not even knowing if he was guilty or not, but he wanted to save his ass. Oh nah, sis, that's me. You know he know better. Looking at Leno with the, you do know better, right? Leno then told both of them the full truth.
No, Mom, I was at Chico's house, and they was smoking weed. They offered me some, but I told them no, smoking is bad for you.
His mother relieved, but also shocked that he was so honest about it. She then turned to her brother-in-law, speaking through her teeth.
Can you go over there to that boy's house and see if they goddamn parents is home?
Uncle Snoop nodded. Making his way out the door, he stopped Leno as he came back up the porch steps. Hey, little man.
Yeah, what's up, huh?
You ain't smoking nothing for real?
Nah, man, I told you that, huh?
Nah, I know. And I'm proud of you, man. But look, I hear you with this whole honesty thing, right? But if it's one thing you not gonna learn in this house, is that you don't rat your friends out.
What you mean rat my friends out, huh?
You told your mom they were smoking weed. Weed is bad for you, and I turned it down. Look, you ain't even gotta do all that. You know you did the right thing, right?
Right.
Alright, you ain't gotta tell all that. You could've just said Chico's house smelled like that, or I think his parents was smoking. But that's your homeboys, just who you kick it with. That's who you fuck with, right?
Yeah?
Alright then.
Okay, so but what if they rat on me, huh?
Well, that's another story. If they rat on you, they was never your homies to begin with. Hearing this information, not fully knowing why his uncle telling him this, but he taking it in. Like his sister-in-law asked, he walked across the street to Chico's house, and he could smell the weed smoke coming straight through the door. Also hearing yelling on the other side. Banging on the door to get their attention, a tall, stocky Hispanic guy swings open the door, looking like he just got in a damn fight. Shirt ripped, cheeks bright red, out of breath. He motioned for Snoop to come in. Turns out, Snoop knows this guy to be the cousin of his plug, Amaro. Get your shit together, man.
Oh, man. Oh, what you mean, man?
Man, my nephew was over here with your son, and they got up in your goddamn stash. She coming to the crib smelling like weed, man. You ain't watching your son, bro? Like, what's going on?
That little motherfucker's a menace, man. He's a fucking menace. I hide that shit. He still finds it.
It's still a responsibility here. You don't blame him, bro. That's on you. What if that was something else? What if that shit was laced with something?
All right, man. Okay, I got you. Little Leno, he's okay?
He alright, man. He ain't smoked nothing, but you know, I don't want to keep him from Chico, because they like bros and everything. But I will, man. I'm asking you, tighten his ass up, man.
Cool. Hey, you meeting with Carlo tonight?
Confused on why Amaro is even asking him this, because he never inquire about shit like this unless he copping something for himself. Wow, what's up?
Nah, just, think about going to Carlo house tonight, like old times.
Snoop feeling like he's trying to insert himself into some type of business with them. He tells him, yeah, man, that sound good, but shit, Carlo ain't even hit me back yet, man. I hear some, you hear some. Snoop got the sense that Amaro felt like he was bullshitting him by his face expression. They dap up and part ways. Snoop makes a beeline straight into the house. Leno is sitting at the dinner table eating. He comes by his ear and whispers, stay the fuck away from Chico. With hella worry on his face, Leno look up at his uncle and nod. Never heard him talk like that. At least not to him anyways. His uncle Snoop walks out the door, not saying bye to his mom and dad or nothing. 2 weeks will fly by and he has not heard a word from his Uncle Snoop. To the point where he thinks something happened to him. Every time he asks his dad, hey, have you heard from Uncle Snoop? He keeps giving him different excuses. He's working. Oh, he's busy. Oh, I haven't talked to him today. I don't know. Maybe ask your mom. And at the same time, he hasn't been around Chico since his Uncle Snoop told him that. Feeling an eerie vibe from it. On this day, he's riding his bike up and down the street, popping wheelies, cans in the back of the wheel, and he sees Chico pop out the cut of his house, waving him to come here. Leno look at Chico. He look at his door. He's wondering, why doesn't he just come out in the street and talk to him? And yelling across the street, he asks him, do he want to make some money? Now, like we know, Leno is a very ambitious little boy, but Leno didn't want for anything. He got everything he need, everything he could ever want. But money was the one thing he did want to make himself. Walking over to Chico's house, he stopped at the sidewalk and asked him, what did he mean by making some money? Weed, bro, weed.
I told you I don't fuck with that, bro. Like, I'm good.
I'm not talking about smoking. We gonna sell it. You wanna make some money or not? Leno follows Chico into the backyard, seeing 3 of his other friends under this gazebo having a conversation. As they get closer to the table, he can see the same type of baggies that he saw that day when they was smoking. And all he can hear was his Uncle Snoop's words going through his head. Stay the fuck away from Chico. Like he just keep hearing his words. He sits down and give the conversation a chance. And they're just sitting there laughing, joking, parlaying, putting weeds in bag, taking weed out, rolling weed up, smoking weed. But nothing is really in motion.
Look, man, what the hell are we doing, bro? I thought you said we was gonna make some money.
Bro, chill. We gotta find people to sell it to first. Like, we gotta plan this shit out.
What plan, bro? Y'all ain't planning shit. Y'all sitting here bullshitting.
And before Chico can answer him back, he sees Chico's dad, Amaro, pulling up in the front yard. And as soon as he seen his car, For some reason, he hear his uncle's words again and bolts out of the back gate, running down the alley, swinging the bend, going back to his bike, straight back in the house. It's a feeling that he'll never forget. That's what he would feel every time he's around either Chico or his dad. Now, time will fly by. Time will keep going. He would eventually hear news that same night that he left out the door, he was shot and almost killed going to meet up with his plug, Carlo. And that's all he knew. It was still no appearances from Uncle Snoop. A full 3 years will go by. Still no sight from Uncle Snoop. And he's still cool with Chico and his friends. They still politic in school. They still walk around the blocks. But ever since that day of seeing his dad, he has never been back to his house. And the way that Leno and his family was living back then was a drastic change from present day. Getting off the school bus one day, he's walking up to the door and he sees a notice on the door that says eviction going across. Leno knew what eviction meant. He knew what all this meant. This is not the first notice he's seen. This is the third notice he's seen in the past year. Upon walking in the door, dishes piled up in the sink, dirty clothes laying around. The lively, clean house that it used to be when they first moved here was nowhere near compared to that. He already knew where his dad would be. Leno walked up to his room, sat down on his bed like he did every single day, got down on his knees, and started to pray. And the person that he was praying for was his mom. A year and a half back, his mom was diagnosed with cancer. Catching it in the early stages, they had a very good chance at beating it. So it was always good spirits about the situation. But his mom spent more time in the hospital than she did at home, going through chemo, going through different treatments, having several emergencies where Leno has had to call the ambulance to pick up his mom. And during all this time, the workaholic his dad is used to being has done a full 360 into a whole nother person that Leno can't even recognize. A little after his wife's diagnosis, John picked up a few habits. Habits that neither him nor his family could afford right now, knowing the situation. Cause yeah, John, he was the man of the house. He was the head of the family. He was the strong arm. He protect, he provide. But Mama Carla, she held everything together. When John was late on bills, Mama picked up the tab. When John gambled away all his earnings, Mama picked up the tab. But Mama can't pick up the tab like she used to. A lot of this money that she had stacked up has gone to medical bills, has gone to back pay for the rent, back pay for the light bill. And every chance that she got to talk to her son Leno, she would try to school him and give him tips on saving his money. Where to put your money, where to invest, if you have this much, if you're in this type of position. Almost as if she wanted to get as much information to her son because maybe she felt like she wouldn't make it. Seeing that the path that her husband John is on, she doesn't want Leno going down the same path, picking up the same habits. Not long after he started gambling, he also started doing drugs. And it was a hard day. The whole family gathered up at the hospital, waiting to hear updates, good news they was hoping for. But the verdict is, the cancer is still spreading. And John couldn't handle it. The time that he's supposed to show his son how to stand on business when it really counts, he drops the ball. And he would try to hide it from his son. But it would get to the point where Lena would find needles on the ground, powder on the table. And it became a regular occurrence for Leno, and he became numb to it all. And the constant conversations with his mom every day, the constant struggle he sees at home every day, the constant eviction notices, the needles, Leno said enough is enough. And he thought back to when he met up with his friend Chico in that backyard. By this time, Leno pays his own phone bill by working a part-time job after school at the corner store down the street. Only getting $200 a week, it was a lot compared to nothing. And Leno saved every single penny, working for almost 6 months and already has $4K saved up. And today was another payday for him. He goes inside his room, go inside his box, and add another $150 to the saving pile, pocketing that $50 just in case he needed. He called up his friend Chico because now Chico is fully engulfed in selling everything, not just weed. Walking towards the door, he can see the pile of eviction notices on the counter. He thought about his mom and he thought about his dad. And right then, he made the decision that this is for the family. If I'm gonna do this shit, it's gonna be worth it. Like he used to do a million times over, he walked right across the street, walking on side of Chico's house and knocking on the back door. Chico opens the door, a cloud of smoke blasts through the air, and it was nothing new. Chico's house was like a goddamn smoke shop. Loud music playing, the guys sitting on the couch, parlaying in the kitchen. By this time, Chico's mom ends up leaving Amaro with no explanation. Didn't even tell Chico why she left. Hey bro, you ain't worried about what your dad gonna say about all this shit? Dad? Hey, bro, you heard that shit?
Yo, what's that, bro?
Hey, what Amaro gonna think about this shit, bro? Hey, what Dad gonna think?
Dad.
The whole room dying laughing, and Leno looking around like, what the fuck is funny? He understand we're a little older now. We know a little bit more. We getting into a lot more shit, but respect is respect. He would never treat his parents' house the way that Chico is treating it. But he also didn't understand at the time that he wasn't brought up like Chico was. He didn't have the parents that Chico had. Regardless of what Leno's going through now, he was raised with a lot more morals and understanding. He follows Chico up to his room, and he still had the same black box that he always had, but this box got a lot bigger. This box didn't just have weed baggies in it. He had everything that anybody could want, from the young stoner kids to the older soccer moms who trying to stay focused on the day. Literally a walking pharmacy.
Hey, Leno, let me ask you something, bro.
What's that, man?
Bro, you always say you won't trying to fuck with me on this, man. Like, why now?
Do it matter, bro? Come on, we gonna bullshit or we gonna make money?
Same old Leno, man. You number business, ain't it? That's why I like it. What you trying to get into?
Everything.
When you say everything.
Everything, bro. Whatever you into, I'm into.
Hey, Checo! Jay! Line up, bro. Come through.
Leno looked at Chico like, what the hell was that? Like, this a fucking setup? Like, what's going on? He started to think he damn near glad he didn't bring his money out because he didn't really trust Chico. They wasn't as close as they used to be when they were little kids. Two of his guys come up the stairs, and almost as if they knew what it meant when he called their names, they both held two duffel bags, dropped it in front of Leno. The fuck is this, bro?
You said everything, bro.
Yeah. This everything right here?
Look, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. Look.
I knew it, bro. I fucking knew it.
Check, look, just hear me out, bro.
What, Chico?
Alright, look. My dad, right?
Yeah?
You did know, right? You did know that your uncle did business with my cousin, right?
Hearing Chico say that, it almost sent Leno into a rage because of the way he felt about his Uncle Snoop. He still hasn't seen his Uncle Snoop since that day. He's talked to him a few times, but he still hasn't seen him. So the fact that he's speaking on him makes him feel like he knows something. What you know about my uncle, bro?
Whoa, hold on, what you mean?
Bro, I ain't seen my uncle in years, bro. And you just bringing him up out the blue.
Bro, I ain't seen your uncle in years either. I'm just telling you what I know. Your uncle dealt with my cousin, or still does, I don't know. Your uncle gets work from my cousin, bro. That's what I'm telling you.
All right, so what they got to do with me, Chico?
Well, you see this work right here?
Yeah?
This is from my cousin.
Damn, he trusts you with all that? Man, what the hell you do, Chico?
Nah, man, it's bullshit, bro. He ain't trying to put me on, bro.
You 17. What you expect him to put you on with?
Man, whatever, bro. You don't know about this shit, man. We took this shit. We took it. But, bro, I really don't. I sell my weed and shit here and there, but I really don't know what to do with all this shit, bro. And if he ever come by here and see this shit, I'm dead. He don't give a fuck. He would kill me, bro.
Let me get this straight. You stole work from your cousin because you felt like he was slighting you on what he was giving you. You now have the work and don't even know what the fuck to do with it, Chico? That's what you telling me?
Hey, man, fuck you, Leno.
Oh, fuck me, huh?
Man, fuck
oh,
you, nigga. What the fuck? Nigga, all that, you always talking shit like you smarter than everybody in the fucking
chill
room,
out,
bro. I
bro.
swear to God, man. You
Chill
don't,
out,
nah,
man.
nigga, chill, bro.
All right. Look, what it sounds like to me is everybody in this motherfucking room got a problem. I need to take care of my family. I don't know what the hell you got going on with yours, but I still love mine. And that's the only reason I'm trying to do this shit. He catch you with this shit, you dead, right?
Right.
All right, so we just gotta sell it, bro.
Bro, I've been trying to sell this shit for 2 weeks, bro.
Leno looking at Chico like the dumbass that he always knew him to be, but he also looked at it as an opportunity, not just for everybody here, but for himself. He knew it took a certain type of thinker to deal with this much weight. Now, this wasn't kingpin status. A few pounds of weed, a couple 8 bars of hard, some ounces of Molly, a couple bottles of Oxy. It's a lot, but it's not a lot compared to what the big guys would consider a lot. All right, look, bro. First off, before we do any of this shit, smoking weed, that shit cool and everything. I know you smoke your weed, that shit cool with me, but everything else gotta stop. I'm not fucking with you if you popping, snorting, shooting, whatever you want to call it. Anything but weed, bruh. I'm out.
Bro, why you say that shit like I'm
not dumb, man. I'm not dumb, bro. Just because I'm younger than you, don't mean I don't peep shit. Think I don't see you when you dozing? Bro, you be swabbed out on the porch all the time, bro. Niggas can peep that. And if I'm fucking with you, we gotta stay focused, bro. We gotta keep our heads on the swivel. Because if I'm in this with you, meaning I'm gonna die with you if we get caught. It's a we now, bro.
Alright, bro, I got you.
Matter of fact, fuck the weed too.
Oh, nah, bro.
Look, if you can't function off that shit, fuck it, bro. Meaning if you can't remember, if you leaving shit, if you dropping shit, fuck it. Take it or leave it. What you wanna do?
Alright, bro.
Alright, look, demand. You got the supply, bro. When you go to a corner store, right? You walk inside the store, you see a variety of shit that every and anybody might want. And that store is placed in that spot for a reason.
Man, here you go, bro. For what reason, bro?
Hear me out. When you walk out the store, what's the first thing you see?
A stoplight, intersection?
Exactly. What else?
Fuck, clothing store, McDonald's.
Exactly, bro. So what that mean? The whole room, crickets. That means traffic. That means that there's gonna be people driving through here, walking through here regardless. So the fact that you're placed here, you're gonna get business regardless. Now, you just gotta supply whatever demand that they looking for. We gotta know what to sell in what places. Where we live at, we can definitely make bank. We can sell weed, oxy, Adderall here and there, but we ain't gonna get no dope off around here, bro. We ain't gonna get no hard off around here. We gotta take that shit to the hood.
Bro, since when you been from the hood?
My whole dad's side of the family is from the project, right down the street. Let's just say I got an easy pass to go through there. Leno dumped out the duffel bags on the table to see exactly what they got. And his plan, Chico was gonna do business here in the neighborhood that they lived in. This was a lower to middle class neighborhood, but you can go through damn near every corner on this block and see somebody selling something. But it was a real diverse group of people, white, Hispanic, Black. And because Chico wasn't really familiar with the hood like that, Leno felt he would be better fit and safer to stay here. As far as Leno himself, he would go a few miles down the street where his family grew up and sell product there. And they broke all the product in half based on the places that they sold in. So after going through all the brainstorming, looking at all the risks, this was Leno's plan. Alright, Chico, you and Jay, y'all gonna stay here at home base and run shit here. And the way we gonna sell shit, we gonna sell it based off our designated shops. Now, where we at right now, we can sell a lot more expensive shit. Where I'm gonna go, it's best that I sell more cheaper shit. People got a lot less money where I'm at. All the young kids, the skaters, the little stoners just like you and your people, they're gonna wanna buy designer type weed. So y'all gonna offload the loud. And me and Chuck, we gonna get off the mid. The same way we gonna get off these $5 blunts with the mid, y'all can get off $50 pools with the loud. And it's gonna be the same thing all the way through. Me and Chuck, we gonna offload the hard. Y'all got the soft. We dumping the Molly, y'all dumping the Adderall. We gonna sell food, y'all gonna sell oxy. You see what I'm saying? Now Chico just had one problem about this whole plan, and that was the product that Leno broke down to give him and Jay was a lot more harder and it was more expensive to buy. Bro, have you not heard anything I said all night? I'm gonna make this shit real simple so everybody here can understand. We're gonna sell shit fast for a low price, and y'all gonna sell shit slow but for a high price. So either way, bro, this shit yin and yang. The same type of money we gonna make, y'all gonna make.
Damn, bro, you fucking right. I can get with that. Hey.
Told you, bro, we gonna do this shit, man.
See? I told you, man, you should have been fucking with me.
Nah, I shouldn't have been. And I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I'm glad I won't.
There your ass go again.
Alright, whatever, bro. Y'all ready to do this shit? We gonna start fresh tomorrow. I already talked to a few of my people down the way, and y'all already got y'all set up here in home base. So everybody know what to do, right?
Right.
Bet.
Hell
Let's get this fucking money. A month into this plan that Leno built for this 4-man crew was going as smooth as Leno predicted. Doing inventory one day, Leno said another month of this and they won't gonna have nothing left. Even the expensive shit was moving faster than he thought. So chilling in his room doing some numbers, counting up his stash, he saved well over $10,000 at this point. So meaning he saved $6,000 on top of the 4 that he already had. Because at the end of the day, they have to cut everything 4 ways. everybody sees a profit from every product. And because they didn't have any re-up plans, everything looked like profit. And Leno was the only one thinking about getting more product. So he was going back and forth in his mind on this day, wondering if he should make the move that he's been thinking about making for a good week now. And that was confronting Carlo. At the same time, he thought about that day years back when he sat up in that kitchen telling his mom and his uncle Snoop about Chico smoking in the house. And the fact that he was honest, he didn't see no repercussions from it. But he also didn't know what he was getting into. So he thought to himself, so if he did, would he have told the truth? If I wasn't so green, would I think it'd be dumb to actually tell the truth? To tell on myself and get in trouble? So weighing his options, he thought the best thing was to go through Amaro, Chico's dad. And when he brung this plan to Chico, Chico was pissed off. Not only because he wanted to include his dad in their business, but because he actually did miss his dad. His dad would leave for weeks sometimes, coming back for a day or two, leave for another week, come back home for a week, leave for 2 days, come back home for an hour. It was real erratic how his dad was moving at the time, and he just couldn't understand it. Disregarding how Chico feeling, Leno knew the best move was to talk to Amaro. He knew he wasn't going to get close to Carlo without Amaro, but he also knew he was the only person that could give him any real answers about his Uncle Snoop. Now, throughout this month with Leno hustling like he doing, he still kept his job at the corner store to keep up appearances. He still went back home to check on his father. He still checked in with his mother when he could. His mom was back home a lot more than she used to, so he felt like she was getting better. And on one of these days, he went into her room while she was asleep to look for a medical bill, to figure out how much money he would actually have to make to help his mom out. And looking at the figures, he was way off. One bill itself was $7,000, which was damn near 75% of what he had saved up. So in his mind, he's telling himself, the next time you see Amaro, he not gonna include him into the business. He gonna more so pick his brain and see how much he know and see what he into before he actually lay this shit down on him. A day would go by, 2 days would go by, a week would go by, and finally, Amaro shows up. Drunk, disorderly, tumbling out the car, banging on the door with the keys in his hand. Leno knew this was definitely the time to talk to him. He runs up behind Amaro, helping him get in the door, taking the keys, helping him sit down, asking him if he need water, really trying to butter him up. Hey, Mr. Amaro.
Yeah, man. What's up, Leno? What's up, Leno? Where's Chico?
He outside chilling. But hey, can I ask you something?
Anything, man. You like my nephew, man. What's up?
You seen my Uncle Snoop?
What?
My Uncle Snoop. Tall, dark-skinned guy, braids, sell a lot of work for your cousin.
Who told you that?
Leno surprised and shocked at this man's reaction, not expecting him to respond like this.
Leno? What the fuck are you into? Leno, listen to me. No.
Yo, Chico! Mr. Amaro, calm down, man, calm down. I want to know where my uncle at. I miss him, yo.
Oh. You miss your uncle? Yeah, you talk to him?
Bro, I'm sitting here asking you, do you know where he at? But I ain't seen him in years.
So you don't know?
Know what?
Snoop's locked up, man. Nobody told you?
What? Then before he actually get to the bottom of the steps, you can hear him rumbling down the stairs, running down the stairs.
Hey, yo, y'all don't hear nobody banging at the damn door? What's going on, bro? Y'all hear that shit?
Man, I wasn't even paying attention, man. Your motherfucking dad and goddamn...
Hold on, brother. Man, who the fuck is this, bro? Like, no, Chico. No, don't open the door. Don't open the door, Chico. Come on, Pop, man, stop that shit, man.
What, bro? The look of death came across Chico's face when he looked through that peephole. Bruh, who is it, bruh?
It's Carlo, bro.
Man, stop fucking playing, man.
Call me, D.
Talk, no comment though, just paper chase. Chasing my dreams, my nightmares ain't got no money, just a cardboard